even nicer. Sunny, sunny, sunny. So yeah, I warmed up my fingers, you know. If I'm recording, I cannot have my gloves on, so I basically stopped wearing or even carrying gloves with me. So yeah, let's say I was some time ago I posted a video regarding, you know, when we are here at that spot and we saw the CPR in progress. So a little update on that situation, well, if you can call it update. There was no media report on any deaths or anything, or even the incident here. So I believe that that person that was here survived. Because if there would be a death, you know, at a school property, you know, our journalists for sure would pick that up. But yeah, and basically Glenn, I believe, commented that at his school, you know, he didn't have a lot of choices regarding extracurricular curricular activities. But yeah, in our schools, on the primary, secondary level, you know, you always had a lot of activities to choose. Lisa, she wants to go to sniff that wall, the snow wall. So yeah, I will try to recollect every activity that I was a part of. So in the elementary school, primary school, my first, so this will be as part of the school activities, so done at school in the afternoon after the regular classes. So it was first was a folklore dancing. So yeah, when I was a kid in the kindergarten, my mom basically, you know, enrolled me into a dance school and was attending it for a couple of years, several years, I really don't know. And I basically continue with dancing then also in elementary school, but they had only, you know, a folklore dancing, you know. So, and we are, as you can see, not using any pets, which is okay for now because everything is frozen over. And as you can see, we are cross country. So yeah, that was my first activity. So I think for first 3 years I was attending dancing, but then I basically quit because I was only boy in the class, which resulted that I was non-stop in demand for dancing with everyone, with all the other girls in the class, you know. And of course in that age you don't want to do that. And so yeah, basically I quit, and then in 4th grade I started with karate lessons, so let's say self-defense. And then, but the first year was at school, and then for the next years, what, 3-4 years, I attended another two societies, clubs that had that had trainings at the different schools, not my own school. So yeah, but okay, let's go back to my school, my elementary school. So in the 5th grade, I started with several other schools activities. So I was in chess class, well, chess circle. I was in audio-visual circle, or as we call it, photo-video krужок. Then I was in you could call it not really, but extra history class. So you have like AP classes, which are basically advanced version of the regular classes, but this extra history class was basically not related to the school work, but it was basically preparing children, kids, for national-wide competition in history, and also for participation in the so-called young researcher program. So yeah, I done that already in the elementary school. Then I was part of ecological society and also of United Nations Society. What else? Besides history competitions, I also attended a couple of years. I think chemistry, physics, and maths. Yeah, I think that was a couple of years. You basically, the program, these competitions are designed that you have to get a certain amount of points, and then you receive a bronze commendation, a silver or gold, basically. So yeah, that's one. What else? Let me try to think. There were, I think that there are still, it's called, one program was called Vesela Škola, which literally translates to happy school. It's basically competition in general knowledge, you would call it. Basically a little bit of history, sciences, biology, physics, maths, logic, like that. So yeah, in this I was pretty successful. In the all 4 years, I made it to the national level. So yeah, that was fun. And then another program that I attended was so-called Bralna značka, which means reading badge. Basically every year your language teacher selects, I think it was about 10 works. At lower levels you have like songs and shorter novelettes, novels, and then they are getting increasingly difficult or larger, thicker, and basically you have to read it on your own at home, and then you come to school, and then you basically you have to summarize the work, and basically have a talk, answer some questions. So yeah, that I have done all 8 years, and I think at the 8, so because if you complete all 8 years, so all the years of your elementary school, now there are 9. At that time, the municipality, I believe, organized a trip for us. So we went to Venice, Italy, a day trip, because we are close to Venice. And then I also was at the English reading batch. So basically the same thing, just that the material was in English, but that I think it was only for the last 2 years, because before it wasn't available. It was only 7th and 8th grade. So that's it. Anything else? No, I don't believe. So there is a ambulance going below. And Lisa says hi to the ambulance, even though she can't see it. Yeah, and I believe that was it for my school activities. After school activities, there are of course plenty more, but I didn't attend those. So yeah, and of course in my other after school activities were also like you could call it Sunday school, parochial school. So here in Slovenia, usually parochial school is in the afternoon during the weekdays, never at the weekends. So yeah, and that was it. Anything else? No, that was basically it for my elementary school activities. So I was pretty busy. And this resulted also in the secondary and gymnasium, because also there weren't a lot of activities that I was interested in. So among other things, they had like a biology class. So our gymnasium had a large not a collection, but yeah, we had a lot of animals, fishes, tarantulas and so forth, snakes, and basically biology class was keeping an eye on them, cleaning them and so forth. So but there was of course also student council, and yeah, but at that time I wasn't interested in those activities. So in secondary and gymnasium, I only attended basically 2 things. For first 2 years I was part of the astronomical society, because our gymnasium actually had and still has an actual observatory on the roof, so I was pretty interested, in the stars and so forth. And yeah, usually we would meet in late afternoon, early evenings, especially during winter time, to look at the stars, or okay, I remember one summer we were counting sunspots and so forth. So that was pretty interesting. Quite okay. Now you can see. I hope that you can see. There is quite some ice here. Always forget that when it's icy, this part of the road is very icy. Yeah, because it's in the shade all day, basically all day. Only in afternoon some sun will shine on this place. So yeah, for first 2 years, astronomical society, and then for the last 2 years of gymnasium I was a young researcher. So basically history. And yeah, in both years I made it to the national level, but never won anything on the national level. So yeah, that was a bit disappointment. But yeah, now I have a PhD in history, so it's all worked out at the end. But yeah, on national level I was always like second one or third one. But I won some things, or place between first or second place on the school or regional levels. So I think I don't remember, first or second year, I cannot remember now. More ice. I got at the regional level, I got award. So yeah, basically your obligations for the young researcher. Oh, Liza, počasi, I slipped. So Liza, čaki, stoj. And now there are those kids, a little bit ahead, crying. Liza, drži me. Yeah, it's slippery. Every meter or so there is another iced up patch. Počasi, Liza, drži. Zelo drži. Ne. Okay, that went well. Liza didn't react. Okay, but yeah, kids don't look at their young children. They are just touching the dogs, even at nose, eyes, ears, and then it will be the dog's fault. Let's go back. Obligation at the young research program. So basically you have to complete a research project, which basically resulted in writing a research paper, basically something like graduate paper. So then you submitted that first at school level. Basically it was evaluated by the teachers at your school. So basically in my case there were 2 history teachers in gymnasium, so they were evaluators. And then on regional level the evaluators came from other schools, and then on the national level, break, and on the national level, professional historians, in my case, came and were the commission. So interesting fact, the head of the historical commission in both years was my future co-advisor for the PhD, and he still remembered my research papers from those years. Sesi Puidla, all the treats are gone. I think there is no more left. Yeah, just the crumbs. So yeah, you had to submit the research paper for evaluation. Zelena, Grimo. And then there was also, public presentation / defense in front of, all of the other candidates, researchers, but that was only, if I'm not mistaken, on regional and national level. I don't remember at the school level that there would be a defense, or perhaps it was, but I just didn't, I don't remember. So yeah, Riva took it easy, pretty. We will not go to Alea today, we will go around here, because as you can see, it's gravel here for the most, well, for quite a long time, so it's not so slippery. And of course, you also had to make a poster, which was then hung, in front of the classroom on the hall, or in the national level, at the Sankarev Dome, which I have shown you a couple of times before when we were in the city center together. So yeah, and 1 year, I don't recall the first or the second year, on regional level, my poster was awarded first class for the history, and I actually got all the, let's say, winners that year. I was, so yeah, that was, must be, I believe it was my first year. That year I was second at the regional, because the first place at the regional went to another kid from my gymnasium, who was, a senior, so the last year, the fourth year. So yeah, and all the winners in the categories, so as overall, or let's say for the posters, we got a week-long trip to Italy during the summer. So yeah, for some strange reasons, all the school competitions that I won resulted in the trip to Italy for a day or a week. So, yeah, and that's basically, it's a short overview. I accidentally stopped recording, so that is a short overview of my extra curricular activities. Yeah, in gymnasium, outside of the school activities, I basically stopped going to karate because I have broken my wrist twice in less than a year. So the doctor said no more for you. But interesting enough, I didn't, you might expect that I would broke my wrist while doing karate or fighting, but no. First time it was playing volleyball, and the second time it was in fitness, in gym, while working on a bench, push-ups. Basically so from the first breakage, I believe the bone didn't heal properly, so it basically snapped in the same place for the second time. Well, for the first time, but yeah. So yeah, and yeah, that's it. And okay, we can also go then to my university years. While I was at theological faculty, I had quite a lot of roles or activities that I attended. So I was in student council, eventually being student council president for 3 years of the faculty, and 1 year also vice president for the entire university. Then I was tutor, general tutor, and tutor for special needs students. I was co-editor and editor of student paper, and then I was part of several bodies, like commission for evaluation of student process, commission for undergraduate study, commission for tutelage system, senate of the faculty, then was administrative council of the faculty, which basically would be economical council. Basically we were involved in going through finances for the faculty, and also student representative had to be part. What else? Basically in one time I had 15 different functions at the faculty and the university level. At the university level I was, besides being part of the student council of the university, I was also a member for commission for university library system. So yeah, that was also, I think, for 3 years. Then was and also for 3 years I was member of the commission for ethical questions of the university. Pridna dan. So anything else? I cannot recall today on top of my head what else I have done at the university. So basically I was non-stop on different meetings. Then was university for the, I have already said it or not, for the quality of, I think that I have already mentioned it. Yeah, anything else? No, I think that was it. So yeah, if you made it to the end of this very long video, basically 2/3 of our noon walk. I appreciate your support, so we will end it here.